comment or two. Let people come and find us. So I hope this finds you healthy and well. Got some exciting things coming up this year. And to kick it off, we're going to have the open day. The spring extravaganza will be the grand opening day of the Dreamatorium. Oh, I so hope you can come along. That'll be fabulous. Let me see if I can find my messages. Hi, Julia. Welcome. I hope I can help you today. We've got a nice, easy start for you. So it's 12:30. Let's crack on. Happy Monday, as I've already said. Welcome. It's so nice to see you all here. Oh, it's cold, isn't it? Let's brighten things up, shall we? I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you very much. So, our herbalums, they don't just look after herbs, you know. They have a whole garden to go and play in. So let's explore those gardens. I'm going to start each one. We'll do all three. Each one is using watercolor card, and it's 9.5 centimeters by I think about 22. 9.5. Oh, 21. Now, if you trim this down, it just slightly, it would fit a DL card. So that's 3 3/4 inch by 8 1/4 inches. You will need to trim probably 1 centimetre or so, and 1/2 centimetre off the side to get it to fit your DL card best. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. Right, for those of you that are struggling right now, one thing and another, crafting, this is a nice easy one to get you back into things. There's a couple of bits and bobs I'm going to use, but I'm going to start out, excuse me while I tilt sideways. I always work better sideways. I don't know why that is. I'm going to start out with the Zig Clean Colour pens. Now you could use your Elements, Dinkles, pencils, watercolour pencils, whatever you like best. You don't have to use exactly what I've used. So I've got 3 shades here of a similar tone. So I'm going to start out with purple. Now these are beautiful watercolour brushes if you've not already tried them. And I'm not going to be too fussy or fancy about it. Now, they're a lot better than that. It's because I'm using it sideways and very gently. It's how I control the colour on the paper. And then we're going to go number 83, Lilac. Now, I think this one, yes, I think this one's slightly in between. So I'm going to pop that in that bit. Now I've got one of the round end brushes. It's flat sideways and round. This is great for spreading out colour. And this is half. The size is half and it's the 300 range. So plenty of water. I'm going to start at the top of my card. And we're just going to work these pens just through, blending each other. If you're very precise, if you're a very precise crafter, you might want to put low tack tape around the edges. If you want your edges to be perfect and square, then that's what you'll need to do. I'm not big on square. We're just pulling that colour up. I quite like this free watercolour edge look, so I need a little more lilac. Just work that colour with water into the card. How fab is that? How easy was that? Hi Lynn, welcome everybody. There. So there's our first background. You can do all sorts at this stage. We're going to dry it off and then maybe give it a splash of water, see what happens. It's always worth having a play just to see. It's a piece of card at the end of the day, especially at this stage before you're actually starting to stamp anything. The paper I'm using is Lavinia Stamps watercolour card. It's a beautiful, smooth card, perfect for all watercolour techniques and stamping. The pens I'm using are the Kuretake Zig pens, and I'm using a multiple of colours. So that's fairly dry, but now using a fan brush, I'm going to tap just some drops of water on there. Now I'm not sure at this stage whether that will react or not, but like I say, it's always worth checking. It should, and it has, because it's water-based. Anything water-based, doesn't matter how long it's been on the card, if it's not sealed, it will react. And there, just to prove that point. Now, I'll do each one individually. That way you get the idea. If you need to cut and run, you'll get the idea. You just change the colour and the stamps. So on this one, I'm going to stamp using the beautiful dragon pods. Now these are an old favourite of mine. I absolutely adore these. And I'm going to ink up with VersaFine Clair Nocturne. I've just twisted it slightly on the block, just bent it over to give it a nice curve. So I'm going to start part way up the paper. Hold it down for a second or two. And that will give you the best result. So I've got a smaller one in this set, and I'm going to twist it slightly the other way. I want it round rather than square. Ink that up. And we can cross that. Let's have him there. And you can use any of the flower stamps you like. And on this one, I think we shall put, if I can find him, he's ran off, Bob. Herbal and Bob. They do have a habit of running off, these little chaps, I've noticed. There he is. Make sure he's well inked up. And I'm going to pop him in between his flowers. There. Thank you, Bob. I'm going to add a leaf stamp. Here it is. And this is the leaf spray. And I'm going to stamp it into the background using Lilac Bloom. It keeps it soft, subtle, but you can see it. Pop that one, that side. Beautiful. Pop that one away. Next, let's colour in those pods. And I'm going to use the same pens that I used for the background. This way, it'll look a little more direct. So I'm starting with the paler colour, but I'm going to leave a little highlight. Just around the top there. These blend beautifully by themselves. A bit more of that warm richness. And then the darkest towards the bottom. These are great to colour in. So if I get the lilac pen, I can blend through that deeper colour. Clean your brush up in between. Same the other side. You can just blend this if you want to tone the colours down a little with water. So let me show you what that would look like. This time I'm using a number 4 brush. And I'm going to start on the pale colour and then drag that round. And you'll see immediately that it just softens everything right up. There. Now I want to ground Bob. We don't want him hovering. Good afternoon. Hi. Think this technique would work with granulating Gansey? Yes, it certainly would. Beautiful. I love those paints. It would work fabulously. Just pull it out. You only need the one colour with that. And then pull it up the page. Beautiful paints. So I'm just going to blend that down a little so it's not too harsh. He's great, isn't he? Such a cheeky chap. I'm going to add some highlights just gently, and I'm using a pastel pencil. This, if you go wrong, you can rub out. It's easy to handle, really is. It's just nice to give him a little bit of depth. Try and keep the light all coming from one direction. I love his trousers, don't you? Oh, they're fabulous. And then you've got to decide, is he facing towards you or away from you? Because you can have either way with this. So I'm going to have him facing towards us just by putting a little highlight on the front of his boots. There. Now there's one more little trick I've got up my sleeve for this guy. I'd like a little bit of sparkle. And the way I'm going to achieve this is by adding some mica minerals with some dinkles. I use equal parts. You only need a tiny bit. If you hang about, I'll show you with one of the colours how to mix it. And I've put mine in a needle top bottle. These are great, but you do need to give it a good shake. It means you can revisit these over and over again without mixing them. Keep an eye on your palette though. The colours you've used, make a note of them somewhere. Do a little swatch. Add a little letter to your bottle or something that's going to tell you what it is that's in there. You have to give them a good shake because the mica does settle to the bottom. So it's a very loose liquid. If I do it on here, you'll see it. But it's very sparkly. Excuse me a second. Sorry. And then with a fan brush, I'm going to lift that beautiful mix and just tap it. Just gently. Over my card. So we'll dry that off and you'll be able to see the sparkle. Dinkles and mica makes it really is a mixture made in heaven. It makes them so easy to use, and the sparkle in them's just great. And you can mix your different colours. Cheeky treat. There's nothing wrong with a cheeky treat, Lisa. So hopefully you can pick up those little sparkles of magic. Oh, you can use glitter, foils, anything you wish. So that's our first one. What should we use for our second? I think we'll go orange with this one. So let me get another piece of card. And we'll have Ben. Herbalum Ben for this one, I think. Hello, Ben. Nice of you to join us. They're such cheeky chaps, aren't they? They're lovely. So we've got Ben, and I think for the flowers, we will use one of my favourites, Lytham sets. You know, somebody asked me the other day, and I get this asked a lot, which is my favourite stamp? Well, all of them. I love them all. I think they're grand. I especially love the way they work together. You can't beat them, really. So the three colours I've got this time is 501 mid yellow, 052 bright yellow, and 070 orange. So again, starting at the top, same thing. It's really easy. Mid colour, we'll put him in there. And then the pale colour at the top. Same thing, nice round brush, plenty of water, and we're just going to work that through. Oh, it's nice to see some bright colours. Spring can't be far away now, can it? We'll blend that together. Yeah, leaving it quite organic. Obviously you can do stamp anything on yours once you've made your background. Jennifer, the pens I'm using are the Kuretake Clean Colour Zig pens. They're brushes. They're lovely. There. So this time, again, we can twist just gently that stem to give us some movement. I've got all sorts of bulbs coming up in the garden now. It's lovely. Just get rid of that ink. Same again. We'll pop that on that side. And the other one to go the other way. Now, if you're like me, I used to get confused about which way I was bending them. It's only a gentle bend on that one. It's got a thicker base to it. But if you hold it on top of the other one, when you flip it over, it's going to be opposite. My primroses are coming up a treat. I can't wait to start doing all my spring cards again. I'm going to pop that one down there. Then we've got Ben to pop on. I don't know why it took me so long to work that one out, Chris. Not hard really, is it? I do feel silly sometimes. But there you go. I'm hoping I've got some of these herbalums in my garden looking after things. There he is. Right, same again. We're going to colour in these beautiful flowers. They are pretty. Same colours. It's the yellow. Spot of orange. Pale orange, and then we can go in with the deep orange. Just to add some shape to these beautiful flowers. The same on the smaller. Mid-orange. And then the darker colour just on that edge. Same again, you can use a brush to blend these through with a spot of water. Go from the pale to the dark, that way you won't contaminate the rest, and then you can blend it how you wish. I think the herbalums would approve of my garden. It's a bit messy at the minute. I like to leave leaves and such like down for the animals. You never know what's sleeping in there, do you? And then I have a lovely pre-spring clean up when it gets warmer. I love mixing different things together onto my cards. So with this one, we're going to use burnt orange and the beautiful shiny King's Gold. Again, I've already mixed it, so I've just got to give it a shake, make sure all that lovely sparkles together. And I think I'll dry that off while I'm shaking it up. Multitasking. Again, I'm just going to squirt that onto my block so you can see what it looks like. Pick it up again with a fan brush. Some of that lovely gold. Dry that off. That's my excuse too, Lisa. Gives me more crafting time. And I'm not sat out in the cold. I can sit here in the warm. Not daft. Suits everybody. And look at that shine again. They're great, aren't they? So again, my white pastel pencil, and we'll add in some highlights. love these bits. It's where you really get to know your stamps. He's so cute. Fabulous. One left. Green one. Yay. Before we start stamping, let me show you how to mix your dinkles with your minerals. So here, I've got one of each. Now I like to use my cuticle. That makes a lovely little spoon. A bottle. Now you can add some water before you start. And this is, it's trial and error. It's how strong you want your colour to be, really. So rather than using my brush water, because that's all dirty, I'm using my spray. So that should do. Just a drop of water in there. And I'll do dinkles first. And just a little. Ooh. Got to remember, I've got to get it through the head of the bottle too. So we can pop that in there. I might do the same again. Ooh, don't want that much. You don't need huge amounts. So there's my colour. It's gorgeous. I love that colour. So that's pine green. And then we're going to use spring green for shine. And like I say, if you do about the same again, it's up to you. How strong do you want your sparkle? That should be plenty. These go such a long way, especially when you start mixing them with other things too. Pop the lid on, make sure you put the cap on, and then give it a good shake. Look at that colour. If you want it a little paler, just add some more water. And that won't dry up then in your bottle. It's perfect for that. So our final, they are cute, Chris. They're not fairies. They're herbalums. What have we got this time? We're going green this time. So 3 colours again. The dark is 042 turquoise green. The medium, the mid green, is 041 light green. And then I've got 045 pale green. And we'll start this end again. Mid colour. While you're all on, actually, sorry if that made you jump, made me jump. Just a thought. Nobody's asked me for any particular style or projects they'd like to see on Wednesday and Friday lives over on Facebook. So if you've got any ideas, feel free to drop me a private message, or you can write it on here and I'll go back and have a look in a bit. And then if I can help, I will. I want you to get the most out of your kit. I'm here to help if I can. And beautiful colours. So just blend them through. And dry it off. it is good there's something for everyone. Tracy's excellent at looking and listening to what people want and what works well together. The scales are perfect so that everything works together. Yes, I'm a green and blue shades person as well. My warmer choice is oranges and browns, autumnal. I love autumnal colours. Definitely me. So for this one, oh, you know what I didn't do with the last one? Let me just skip that back. Naughty me. I didn't put my leaf on. Where's my depth? There's no depth. So for the orange, I can rectify that now. I'm going to use Summertime. Sorry, busy reading your messages. I might have to touch his white up a bit. I love these. That's better. Goodness, naughty me. That's better. There. Goodness, nearly. So where was I? Oh yeah, green and blue. Blue and green. Combo. So this time we're using the Flower Divine set. I love these two sets as well, don't you? I get a lot of use out of them. So again, we're going to twist that over to one side. Pop that on there. No, they're definitely not fairies. They're more gnomey types. And don't forget, lean it the same way on your block and it'll come out opposite. The detail in these stamps is unbelievable, isn't it? Stunning. Stunning. Pop that over. So who's coming to the open day then? That's going to be great, isn't it? I can't wait to see the place. Can't wait. So they're my Flower Divines. And the herbulum I'm going to use this time is Baz. Otherwise known as our Baz. So they're going. Actually, shall we do our leaf while we remember? I'd hate to forget. Let's wipe that down again. And we're going to use Verdant this time. Don't neglect your VersaFine Clair colours. They are stunning and add such a lot to a picture. Gorgeous they are. That's better. So now we'll pop our Baz on there. What was that? I can't see it just yet. You can you show what you could do more with dinkles than for splashes? Certainly can. Oh goodness, dinkles will do just about everything. Everything your ink will do. You can even stamp with them if you're careful. There's a little bit of glitter on his jacket. Let me just wipe that off and re-ink. There we go. bless Chris. Well, this is for your Baz then. Let's add some highlights to his hat. I love how Tracy gives you a hint of the shape, so you know just where that hat's going to go. It's grand. Love it. He's smart. And again, we can use the same colours as we've used before. So the lightest green. These pen brushes are just like a brush. If you take the pressure off, you get a really fine line. But like a brush, if you press, you get a wider line. So it is a proper brush. So you want dinkles. What else would you like to see? I need something with dinkles. Is there any particular stamps you would like me to revisit? Some older ones you've not seen yet, maybe. Catch you later, Lisa. Thank you for coming along. So this is the mid green. Oops, coloured outside the line. But apparently artists always do that, so it's allowed. So never panic. It's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. And then we finish off with that blue-green. Big snails, not seen much. Oh, that sounds interesting. They'll all be coming out in force, won't they? We've got wet weather coming. And water to just blend that through. This is where that aqua blue colour really comes into its own. It's so nice that there's such a supportive group. I think that's something so special about Lavinia stamps. We've got people from around the world and everybody's always there for each other. It's lovely. Beautiful to see. And then we'll pop a ground on there for him. They say all the time you talk about them, they've never truly gone. Whilst you remember. There you go. Just had a dirty smudge. That got rid of it. So let's see what our blend turned out like. Our dinkles with our mica. So this is the pine green, this one. With the stunning spring green mica powders. I think snails would be great. So let's see how this has turned out. It's nice and sparkly. Oh, I use dinkles for so much more than just sprinkling. Just so happens they're a nice medium to help colour the mica minerals. You can just mix them with water and splash them if you want. Hi, Dawn. It happens to us all, Julia. You know, there's nothing harder for me than a Monday morning, sat at my desk thinking, where are we going this week? What are we working with this week? I think there's such a variety and such a lot to choose from. I try and use the seasons or keep it in line with the challenge. This one's not, but there you go, look. Or what's happening with the moon, but the wolf moon's already gone, so we can't do that one. Use equipment that we've not used for a while, you know, so maybe some gel plate work would be good. Certainly. I like gel press, one of my favorites. Maybe we should keep those two separate. Perhaps acrylic and gel press rather than dinkles, because that's just similar to sprinkling it again, isn't it? So how did we get on? There's our green. Orange. Look at that gold. Can you see it? It really catches. I'm hoping I hold it right up. Will you see it? Look at that. Beautiful. Little things. And then the first one we did with the pinks and purples. So it's great to combine lots of different bits of kit, and you can keep it tonal still, you know, they all work together. The inks and the minerals have been created with as much thought as the stamps, and they've been pulled together so that you can actually enjoy the whole experience of them together. I'm pleased I could help, Chris. Thank you for coming along. And thank you, everybody, for being a part of today's YouTube Live. It makes Monday a bit more special. Coming up, don't forget the Creative Challenge. Here's your reminders. And it's Humble Abode. You've still got time to get your entries in. Do it, because they're picked at random. You know, go for it. Enjoy making them. Have you seen Emma Jo's video today? Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. Herbal scene in the terrarium. It's grand. I love it. I love the colours she used. It's funny, we can all do similar things, but they look so different from each other's. And I love Emma Jo's style. It's very arty. It's gorgeous. Mona's step by step recently. Absolutely gorgeous. Sarah's beautiful tins. Oh my goodness. And don't forget our lovely Jo and Tracy, of course, are on most days, leaving you something to look at, something pretty, something useful, we hope. We've got the Spring Extravaganza. That's the 4th and 5th of April, so it's not that far away. And of course, the opening of the brand new Dreamatarium. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to see that. So exciting. So we're going to look, I'll go away now and I'll work on Dinkles and gel press and see what I come up with for Wednesday and Friday. So don't forget, anytime you have any ideas or any questions, just private message me over on Facebook or pop it in, reach out with Lavinia or Lavinia for you, and I'll try and pick up what I can and help as much as I can. I'm here for you to make the most of the kit you've invested in. And to have fun, of course. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget, come and see me on Wednesday over on Lavinia Stamp's main page on Facebook. Thank you for joining me. Have fun. Have a grand day. Bye-bye now.